about the irrelevant CPAC convention that occurred over the weekend where various entertainers and other freaks of nature were appearing. And the fact of the matter is, you say, well, it's just sour grapes. You're wrong. Can you name one discussion that occurred there about the war on terror? Can you name one of these jingoistic fools who talked about the threat to free speech that is occurring in this country, as you know I have faced for the last couple of years? Can you name one of the jingoistic fools who appeared at CPAC over the weekend who talked about the invasion of the jihadists into America, the threats to our freedoms, the threats to America by the neo-Marxist Obama administration? No. So you see, Romney gets up there, he's a fine man, and he says conservative principles. What are those conservative principles? Did they discuss the conservative principles? Did any of them say immigrant? Did any of them say illegal immigrant? Did any of them talk about building a border fence? Did any of them mention that the issue of drugs and the drugs flowing over the border? I don't think so. And I will tell you right now that to me this event was a shame, and it was run by David Keene of the American Conservative Union, who frankly is another check pants Republican along the lines of either along the lines of George Bush or of a David Rockefeller or one of those types. The fact of the matter is, I haven't heard of any discussion of any Islamic terrorist organizations. And even worse, they had a GOP operative, Grover Norquist, who has worked behind the scenes to help convicted al-Qaeda fundraiser al-Moudi and Palestinian Islamic Jihad leader Sami al-Arian. He was there, Grover Norquist, given the honor of introducing John Boehner on Friday morning. So the fact of the matter is, CPAC was a fraud. CPAC was a continuation of the Republican Party, and CPAC indicates to me that the Republican Party will go nowhere all over again. The only people who can win in the next election, whether it be local or state level or on a national level, will be those who understand the conservative issues, can articulate them, can raise the people's awareness of them, and can motivate the people as to what Obama the liar is actually doing to America. Remember the motto of the Savage Nation: borders, language, culture. Borders, language, culture. Borders, language, culture. Not one of the clowns who spoke there that I know of mentioned borders, language, or culture. All I kept saying at the CPAC meeting was conservative principles. We need conservative principles. Well, unfortunately, there's more to conservative principles than saying the words conservative principles. This is the Savage Nation. I'm here for you. The phone lines are open at 1-800-449-8255. The website has, what other stories do I have on the website? Let me go look right now while you're calling and such. We can go on to michaelsavage.com, and I'll see what's up there for you to peruse before, during, and after the show. Obama to sign budget despite earmarks. That's right. He lied, and the economy died. He'll break a campaign pledge against congressional earmarks and sign a budget bill laden with millions of dollars in lawmakers' pet projects, 6,000 earmarks. Topic number 2 on my website. Durbin admits race was a factor in seating Burris in the Senate. Really? Really? You're kidding me. Durbin is admitting something that's honest? That's almost impossible. Savage not invited to conservative convention because he was too conservative. Red flags raised by congressman's earmarks. That would be Representative Anthony Weiner in New York City from Brooklyn, New York. Representative Anthony Weiner is directing $238,000 of this year's federal budget to a Brooklyn nonprofit whose backers have showered him with campaign contributions. So more for a more open, honest administration. Pricey new presidential choppers not made in U.S. of A. Did you hear that one? President Barack Obama's entreaties to buy American to improve the economy apparently doesn't include the fleet of new Marine One helicopters he'll soon be shuttled around in. Instead, they're being made in Europe and finished in America. There's your Obama at work. But he's having a good time on Wednesdays in your White House. He's having good parties in the White House on Wednesday. That's the important thing. With every leftist that he can find around the world coming in to get down with him. Here's another story for you on michaelsavage.com. It's coming up soon. Will black robes steal 7 million votes and approve homosexual marriage? Ha! What do you think? You think those black robes care about the voters? I don't. And I think that the black robes have been sold out to the gay mafia for a very long period of time. The only question is, what will the 7 million voters do once the black robes steal their vote? Well, I'll let you decide because you're the 7 million, not me. Obama's Kenyan family poses for White House photo. Obama's Kenyan family poses for... I wonder if they're going to have the stimulus money over there in Kenya. Embraced by Mrs. Obama, who traveled to Washington from her government-subsidized house in England, the president proudly posed an official reception for the family. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. The only question is the stimulus money going to go to Kenya now? If you'd like to comment on any of these stories, you have another one for you. The Nation of Islam has embraced Obama. Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam have vigorously supported Obama, even when Obama's campaign tried to distance itself from the 75-year-old controversial Louis Farrakhan. Well, as far as I'm concerned, there's no distance between the two. As far as I'm concerned, there's no distance between Obama and Reverend Wright. I think that it's all one and the same. That's my opinion. It's one man's opinion. There are many, many, many other stories that I'd like to talk about. I mean, we could talk about this, that, food, stresses of life. Here's another one for you. This one is directed to Al Gorleone, the head of the Gorleone crime syndicate, who has been lying about global warming so long it's become the truth for the idiots who voted for Obama. D.C. is the site of a major snowstorm, and also today the largest public protest of global warming in history. Is that ironic? No, it's fitting. I'll be right back. Basically, the Republican Party is Democrat light. It's malarkey right now, and CPAC was really not too far from the Republican positions, which are no positions at all. Did they talk about the drug war spilling over from the Mexican border? Did they talk about the illegal immigration juggernaut? Did they talk about the invasion of the jihadis? Did they talk about the spread of Sharia law? Did they talk about borders, language, and culture? I don't think so. All I heard was the rhetoric of we need conservative principles without actually articulating them. It's classic malarkey. So that's why I'm telling you, don't take it for, don't take it to heart what they were talking about. I love that CNN holds up a false argument that suddenly they were too conservative and too incendiary. What did they actually say that was so incendiary? Did anyone say what I just said? What I just said isn't even incendiary. What I just said is reality, not incendiary. Incendiary is not talking about what is happening to this country under Obama and the false Republicans. That's really incendiary is what they're doing to this economy.